calls case number 498202, State versus Mike Cardenas Jr., late of Bandera. Arlene Gay, you ready?
Yes, Your Honor, I am ready.
All right. State's ready?
Yes, Judge, state's ready.
Okay. Mr. Cardenas, would you raise your right hand?
Yes, sir.
You solemnly swear that in this proceeding, the information and responses you submit will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. Mr. Cardenas, before we proceed, I need to make clear that you have some very important rights and protections that are afforded you. First of all, you have the right to remain silent. That means you don't have to make any statements. You don't have to answer questions. You don't have to submit paperwork that has your signature, especially papers that admit or confess to wrongdoing. You understand you have that right?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to a jury trial. That means you and your attorney and the state could select 6 people from a pool of random citizens that would hear the trial, the evidence, testimony, etc., and decide whether the state has proven you guilty beyond reasonable doubt. That's a right to a jury trial. You understand you have that right?
Yes, sir.
In a trial, people would testify. You and your attorney could cross-examine, question, or challenge any witness that would testify. That's called the right to confront witnesses. You understand you have that right?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to an appeal. An appeal basically could be done by you by yourself, your attorney by herself, or the two of you. That appeal would have to follow the right rules, paperwork, and time limits. But that would be a right by which you could demand that a higher court review all the evidence, the record, everything in this trial for whatever challenge you wanted to make. That's called the right of appeal. Do you understand you have that right?
Yes, sir.
Finally, you have the right to demand that this proceeding and any other proceeding in this criminal case be held in the open public courtroom. Because of the COVID pandemic, we're not doing that. We're doing it instead by this system, which is called video conferencing. But to do that, you and the state each have the right to demand that this be done in a public courtroom, and each of you has to consent to the video conference. Do you understand you have that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, have you reviewed a bunch of paperwork that bears your signature or the signatures of your attorney?
Yes, sir. I got a email yesterday for all my stuff.
Okay. Did you see that, as I mentioned a while ago, because you have to consent to a video conference, you don't have to, but you have consented, and so has the state. Did you see the forms that your attorney and the state's attorney signed called State's Consent to Video Conference?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're aware of that. And you're aware that you yourself and your attorney signed the consent to video conference by you yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Also, Ms. Gay, are you satisfied that the state has complied with Article 39.14 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, and that they have given you all the discovery information that's necessary for you to guide your client and make a good decision?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Cardenas, there's a 2-page document called Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. At the top, it starts off saying that you know and understand you're charged with DWI, driving while intoxicated. Then it says that you know that you're going to plead nolo contendere to that charge. Did you see that paper?
Yes, sir.
And you did review it with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
And you signed it?
Yes, sir.
Now, you know that that the punishment is from a fine from $0 to $2,000 in jail from 72 hours to 180 days. Did you see that in these papers?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, one of the things that I really want to make sure that you're aware of, besides the rest of the information, any deal that you've made with the state, I don't have to accept it. As the judge, I have the authority and responsibility to say yes or no to your deal. I can, if I say no, it's no. If I say yes, then it's yes. In this case also, I can give you any punishment in the range of punishment I just mentioned to you. Even if I give you a punishment that's greater or heavier than what you agreed to, that if I reject your deal or if I give you a heavier punishment than you agreed to, then the law would allow you to start all over again. Did you read that in these papers? Did you see and understand that?
Yes, sir, Judge.
Now tell me where you were born, sir.
I was born in Hondo, Texas, but I've lived in Bandera, Texas all my life.
Let me just quickly tell you, I had a witness on the stand because I've practiced, been licensed 47 and a half years now. I asked him, have you lived in Bexar County all your life? And he answered just like you did. I asked him all your life, and he looked at me, he looked at the jury, he says, not yet. So you've lived in Bandera up until now, right?
No, sir. I live in Bandera right now.
There you go.
Yes.
All right, sir. Not your entire life, because your entire life is not over.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, do you have any questions about the document that we're talking about?
No, sir.
I have also a document in my hands that been signed by you and your attorney and myself. It declares to you that you, because this is a plea bargain, you do not have a right of appeal. Did you see and understand that?
Yes, sir.
To the charge of driving while intoxicated, sir, how do you plead? Hold on just a second. This says the original plea papers, Ms. Pollard, say that he was charged with DWI.
Yes, Judge. The state is moving to waive and abandon the enhancement
Okay,
and
the
proceed
original
on.
charge was DWI. The original charge was DWI with a blood alcohol content 0.15 or higher.
Correct, Judge.
Okay. I'm going to make a change on this, Ms. Gay, on the document entitled Defendant's Waiver Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. It says, I understand that I'm charged with the following offense, DWI. I'm going to put in here with BAC 0.15 or higher. Now, the following says, in this case, he's entering a plea of nolo contendere to DWI, which is accurate. Do you have any objection to making that change?
No, Your Honor.
I will show it to you right here. You see that right there on the, I have handwritten that in there, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Cardenas, any objection?
No, sir.
All right. Now, the state now has a motion. Ms. Pollard, for the record.
Judge, we would just make a motion to waive the extreme intoxication enhancement.
Defense, any objection?
No objection.
There being no objection, the motion is granted. For the record, Mr. Cardenas, you're no longer charged with extreme intoxication. You're now charged with DWI first, which is the lower level of DWI. To that charge, sir, how do you plead? Mr. Cardenas, how do you plead to DWI?
Okay. I agree with what you're saying. Yes, sir.
He wants to know if you're pleading no contest or guilty. The paperwork says no contest.
No contest.
All right. Then, do you know and understand that a no contest plea is considered a guilty plea by this court?
Yes, sir.
And based on that, I can and will convict you. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, before I sentence you, did you fill out the personal data sheet?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay, now, this thing, I know this is not accurate. It says your wages are $17 weekly?
I mean, $17 an hour. My bad. I'm sorry.
Okay, per hour.
Yes, sir.
I'm making that change on there too, and I'm initialing it. All right. So that's, what, 28, that's 680 a week,
Yes, sir.
and you have two children. How old are they?
One's 17 and one's 24, I think. But they're
Okay.
steps kids.
Are you legally paying support for them?
No, sir.
All right. So you have zero that you legally have to support.
Yeah, well, they live with us. Yes.
I understand. Okay. Did you fill out an application for court-ordered community supervision, also called probation?
I'm not sure if I did.
Okay. Ms. Gay, did you assist him in making out his application for
Yes.
probation, rather?
It's one of the documents you signed. It's to ask the court to give you probation.
Yes.
You just don't remember
Okay.
doing it, but you did because your signature appears on it.
All right. Then the court accepts your plea of dolo contendere. I find you guilty. You are sentenced to 180 days Bexar County Jail, probated and suspended for 12 months. You will not apply for early termination of community supervision. This has nothing, it's blank on the fine, Ms. Pollard?
Judge, it's a $500 fine.
Okay,
That is correct, Your Honor.
again, with your permission, the two prosecutor and defense attorney, I am adding 500 there and initialing it. None of it is to be probated. You will perform 48 hours of community service restitution. You will pay restitution to Paul Gannon, if any. That'll be determined by probation office. You will, in good faith, enroll in and complete the DWI education program, the DWI Victim Impact Panel Live, a TAP evaluation, and follow the recommendations. Do you have any great personal debt, medical or otherwise?
No, sir.
All right. Then your supervisory fee will be set at $43 a month. Now, I'm ordering you to appear in the office of Bexar County Court of Law number 5. You're to come in and have your thumbprint placed on these documents as required by law.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cardenas, do you have any questions?
No, sir, I don't.
Ms. Gay?
Yes, Your Honor. I think it's clear from just discussions that the court has had that my client does not reside in Bexar County, but Bandera County. And that would be asking that the court transfer his probation to Bandera County.
Mr. Cardenas,
Yes, sir.
do you work in Bexar County?
No, sir. I work in Bandera.
Okay.
Your Honor, to make things simpler, if you want, you can always have them reside in Bandera, but report virtually to Bexar County. That would be fine.
That makes sense. Okay. Defendant, plea, no contest. to DWI. First. Sentence per documents. Defendant to reside in Bear County, but report, I'm sorry, not Bandera, I mean, not Bear, but Bandera County, but report virtually to their probation. All right. Anything else, Ms. Luna? Ms. Luna?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Mr. Cardenas, before you leave this forum, you need to visit with Maricela Luna. You see the screen says M. Luna, CLO. She will instruct you and guide you onto the probation system. Visit with her until she releases you. She'll explain everything.
Yes, sir.
She's going to have you report to the probation office. For one thing, you're going to have all the probation, you'll have all the probation conditions read to you. You will sign them and they'll put a copy in your hands. You got it?
Yes, sir.
As long as you live up to 100% of the conditions of supervision, you'll never see the jail again on this case. If you fail to live up to the conditions or refuse to live up to the conditions, then the state will ask me to bring you in after giving you official hearing notice. And if the evidence supports it, I will put you in jail. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hang around, hang loose here. Ms. Luna will visit with you. Ms. Gay, any questions?
No, Your Honor, just a statement to my client. If there's anything you do not understand or whatever, you know you can give me a call. Okay, Mr. Cardenas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. State, any questions?
No, Judge, nothing further from the state.
Okay, then we thank you, all of you, for your participation. We'll now excuse